Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by and digging into the card pile. It's Wednesday and I figured I'd just do a little wacky video about some odd little wacky cards I've rifled through lately, and hopefully you think they're kind of weird and wacky and pretty interesting. So let's check them out. This first one I got is from, I can't remember what year, but it's Minnesota Vikings Carl Eller, and just look how the helmet fits his head. And another funny thing is, you know, I like to, sometimes I look at cards and I'll see a player, but I'll also think of somebody else. Like with this card, I think of Terry Crews, the actor. I don't know why. It's just maybe the look on his face. But yeah, just, this is a great looking football card. I mean, Carl Eller was a great defensive player for the Vikings. I think he was part of the Purple People Eaters, and just a wild looking card. You'd think they'd get that, get him a better fitting helmet. Then the next, I have a couple of, for lack of an airbrush, I mean, I believe the hat is airbrushed, from this 1975 Rico Cardi. And from the looks of it, it was probably, I mean, it says Indians, but I want to say they airbrushed over something. Maybe, I mean, but the collar looks like the Indians, but for some reason, the hat just throws me off. Let me know in the comments if you think it's airbrushed. I think it is. Another Rico Cardi card that I think is airbrushed is also the hat. And this is for the Texas Rangers, and I looked on the back, and he was with the Braves the previous year. And I don't know if that's the Braves uniform or not, but the hat looks suspect again. I mean, come on now. Rico Cardi got 2 airbrushed hats. And still on the airbrush train, Steve Stone from this Topps Traded card from, what is this, 73 maybe? But yeah, another airbrush madness. The hat looks like one of them big hats people wear at the stadiums nowadays. The big oversized hat. But yeah, another airbrush. And we're still going on with the airbrush. I believe Bump Will's hat right here might be airbrushed. I could be wrong. It just looks odd as opposed to Jim Gantner's hat and Mike Champion's hat. Again with the airbrush madness. Another hat. I mean, this hat looks crazy on Dave Kingman. Again, I think it's just airbrushed, or maybe that's just superimposed completely. Who knows? But that's just a wild looking hat on that head right there. And I guess this might be the last airbrush. The airbrushness on the Billy Martin cap. I'm led to believe that's airbrush. I mean, I just don't see how it's not. But yeah, some airbrush craziness, wackiness right there. Let me know if I'm wrong on any of these. Okay, not the Eller card. But yeah, the airbrushedness, pretty wild. Anyway, those always stuck out in my collection. And another one, staying on with the hat theme, not necessarily airbrush, but is this 1981 Topps Ellis Valentine with the half football guard helmet. Half football helmet guard. I believe he was not real big on getting hit in the face. But yeah, I've never seen a player before that have that apparatus on his helmet. Pretty wild. I've always liked this card for just that reason only. He's got the donut on the bat. The cool looking Montreal Expos uniform. And the helmet apparatus. I just, you know, the only thing I can think of is comparable would be like when the basketball players wear the face masks for the broken nose. This might be to prevent, obviously, a broken jaw. But yeah, pretty wild looking card. And then this one's not so really odd, but it's 1985 Donruss Pete Rose. But what is odd is there's another version, 1985 Donruss Pete Rose, where he's wearing the Montreal Expos uniform because he was traded mid-season. But what's interesting about this card is if you hold it kind of in the back, he kind of looks like the Hulk from the TV show back from the 70s. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But yeah, I see the Hulk whenever I see this card. And then the classic J. Johnstone Budweiser umbrella hat. Just a classic card. Wacky. He was one of my favorite Cubs players, even though he wasn't there for many years. But when he was there, his time was memorable. Always a good hustle player. Played the game the right way. I was a big fan of J. Johnstone. And with the Budweiser umbrella hat, even a bigger fan. Even though I'm not a big fan of Budweiser, I am a big fan of that hat. And then here's something kind of wacky. This is a modern card, 2001 Topps. It's gold. It's Joel Pinheiro. But what's cool is it's, there you go, number 1 of 2001. I don't have many serial card numbers, but to have 1 of 2001, or just the number 1 one, the number 1 one, yeah, however you want to say it. But yeah, number 1 of the print. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I don't have many serial numbered cards. I have a few, but this was the only one I've ever came across that I've had that was number 1. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. And then in my collection, I have this golf card from Pro Set of Chichi Rodriguez. And what's funny about this is I got this, can't remember the year. It's the year that John Daly won the Open, or what was it? He won the tournament of cricket stick. I want to say the U.S. Open down in Indianapolis. And me and some friends just happened to be there, and I copped onto this Chichi Rodriguez card. But unfortunately, I got the card after I done ran into him at the golf course. I wish I'd have got this before, but I picked this up on the way out. And I think I have this and maybe a Peter Jacobson card, the only 2 golf cards I have. But that is a cool shot right there. But yeah, Chichi Rodriguez. And the last card I want to show is this Billy Keller card. ABA card from the 70s, played for the Pacers. But what caught me is, if you hold it back a little bit, he reminds me of Luke Longley from the Chicago Bulls. I don't know, just a little something odd for me. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But yeah, kind of looks like Luke Longley. So that's a little wacky card pile right there. I just thought I'd show. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these wacky little cards, or cards of your own that you think's kind of wacky that you just hold on to just because it reminds you of something, or it makes you think of something else. Anything like that. Just, wacky little stuff like that. Things like that I like to keep and show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, I appreciate it. And thanks a lot, guys.